Here we have a small tank with 3 high-level water sensors. These are the devices in the centre of the screen now. Associated with each sensor is a pump. The whole system is controlled by a microcontroller, which we can see in the bottom right-hand corner of the picture. In normal operation, only the lower sensor and lower pump operates. When the lower sensor is activated, it will switch on the pump, which will lower the water level in the tank. If for some reason the lower sensor fails, or the lower pump fails, the middle sensor will be activated and switch on the middle pump. If for some reason that fails, the top sensor will activate and will switch on the top pump. We will now show normal operation of the system. The bottom sensor is activated and switches on the associated pump, which should now lower the level to a normal operating level. When the bottom sensor clears, the pump will continue to run for a short time to make sure that the level is correct. The pump is now switched off. We can simulate failure of the bottom pump by hitting a keyboard key, and we will now see what happens when the middle sensor activates. We can see the bottom sensor is covered, but it is not activating. We are simulating a failure. The middle sensor is now covered and switches on the middle pump, which will lower the water level, hopefully to the correct operating level. The middle sensor is now clear. The pump will continue to run for a short time, which is programmable using the microcontroller. In this case, I think it is 25 seconds. And the pump is now switched off. We will now simulate failure of the middle pump by hitting the keyboard key. See that the middle pump, that the middle sensor is now covered. We see that the middle sensor is covered, but the middle pump is not activated. We are simulating a failure. We have now covered the top sensor, and hopefully the top pump should activate. The top sensor is now clear, but again there will now be a time delay before the associated pump is switched off. Again, this is programmable. It will be a function of the size of the tank and the capacity of the pumps. In this case, the time delay was 45 seconds. Which is approximately correct. One extra facility that we have with the microcontroller is when we get a fault condition, it sends an SMS text message to a mobile phone to alert an operator that we have a failure and somebody can be sent to look at the system. It also uses the Lora network to uplink to the LoraWAN network a message indicating failure, which can then be forwarded to a database to alert operators. Here we can see the mobile phone message which says pump 1 failure. Here we can see the LoraWAN console showing the message from the device which indicates site 1 pump failure. That message can be forwarded to a database and the operators can then take action